Matthew, I just wanted to ask you a little bit about your business. You've got a plumbing business, right?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. And that business, well, how was it when you met Jim? Jim's your accountant. How was it? How was your business when you met Jim a few years back?
I thought it was going good, but it wasn't. No, it was going okay, but I guess we didn't have the numbers, and I needed help from Jim to get that in order.
All right.
So, yeah.
So what did you see from your side, Jim?
Look, I'd see when Matt came in, it's not very often that you actually see a tradesperson that's got a fair bit of business acumen about themselves as well. And I could tell from Matt that he wanted to get ahead.
Yeah, great.
And he was asking all the right questions, and you could tell that he wasn't going to settle for mediocre.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted to get ahead. He had his own plans. He comes from a family where they're fairly on the ball, and Matt is pretty much sort of that apple hasn't fallen far from the tree.
Fantastic. So what did Jim do for you initially that was a turnaround for the business?
I guess I was running as a sole trader at the time, and I just knew there was other options, and I needed help to take the business to where it should be.
Yeah, right.
And I was looking for an accountant that was willing to jump on board and do that for me and help me along my way.
Yeah, cool.
And and Jim was great. He grabbed it by the horns and gave me the right advice.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things when Matt first came in, it was single, carefree, fruitless and fancy free, and also it was one of those things that we talked about. We said, well, what do you want your income level to be?
Yep.
And you may be single now, but eventually you're going to get married, you're going to have kids.
Mm.
So you've been married now for about a year, haven't you?
No, it's gone quick. 3 years now. Yeah.
3 years, really well. Okay. So 7 years ago we started working together, approximately. So 7 years ago we had to look ahead what was going to happen 4 years later, and actually plan to have a structure in place that was going to provide him with the most flexibility when his life actually changed, when he actually got married, and eventually sometime we're going to probably be hearing the kids are on the way as well.
Well, possibly,
So we had to
I
plan
guess
for that.
security, because I mean, when he's a single guy, he can run it as a sole trader. There's less risk. I guess you've got risks to balance, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Now Matt's a happy owner of a home as well.
Yeah, I am. Yep.
He's moved into the neighbourhood, so he's basically everything's going along. And what we'd set up 7 years ago is actually structured to protect his assets. It's structured to be able to give him as much flexibility for getting income to his wife, getting income to the kids when they get older. And because it was Matt's vision wasn't, I want to earn $50,000 a year and that's where I want to stop. Matt's vision was he wanted to grow something bigger. He wanted to have a business. He didn't want to be working in the business, he wanted to have a business.
And with your business now with A2B, what are they doing day to day to make your life easier?
Day to day, I guess the biggest one is having the support, knowing that I can call ATB or Jim at any time, and being able to contact them and getting an answers, or if they're not on the spot, getting back to us pretty much straight away and saying, look, do it this way or do that way. I don't agree with that. You should have done it this way. Or basically, the biggest thing is the support, and then knowing that we've got goals and structures in place that we've set up over time and throughout knowing each other and working together. That there's a structure in place, and that's what we're working to. And meeting every 3 months and making sure that I'm hitting the goals and all those sorts of things.
So you've got a plan ahead. You've set the road,
and
then you sit together and make sure you're going down the road the right way.
Yep.
And if not, you tweak it.
Well, we'd actually had, it was probably about 3 years ago, we had a budgeting session, and at the end of that we sat down with Matt and said, Matt, if we're going to be doing this, it's going to be a loss of about $30,000 for the year or something. And it's all right, so what are we going to be doing to change it? Now, this was well before it actually happened. We were doing this in May, talking about what was going to be happening between July and June the following year.
Wow.
And we thought, well, if we're going to be doing this, we're going to generate a loss. So we sat down together and figured out what balance of staffing, what balance of revenue, what expenses and the rest of it, in order to turn it around. And we turned it around and came up with the result that you said, yeah, I'm happy with that result. If we get that result, I'll be good.
Yeah.
Did you get the result?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. He made me work for it though.
Yeah, well.
That's what we're here for.
So we drive some accountability into it.
Well, that's the other thing too, I guess. Yeah, there's accountability, and Jim pushes me, I guess, and says, well, if that's what you want, that's what you got to do. And he walk away and go, okay, well, Jim's right. And I guess that's what I want to do.
Do you think Jim's advice has transformed this bit? Where would it be if you hadn't have met someone like Jim? Do you think?
I guess that's a big question. I would either be in the same spot, working very hard, and not really having a life, and not making nowhere near as money of the money that I'm making, or the bottom line wouldn't be as healthy as it is. And to the point where I possibly wouldn't even have my business anymore. I probably could have tossed it in. So.
Wow. And how do you feel about your business today?
Love it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah. Making reasonable money, getting on the house market, you're doing well.
Things are comfortable. Still got to work hard. There's no denying that, but that's what happens when you're a business owner.
Sure.
But reaping the benefits of being with Jim and making decisions over the last few years that have been the correct ones, thankfully. And yeah.
To me, I'd say you seem to have confidence. Would that be right?
Yes, yeah. I guess the confidence within myself and to bring confidence to my staff and clients, and
which is a really nice thing in business, right? To feel confident.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
You know what? Now we're working with Matt. I quite enjoy meeting with him on a quarterly basis because it's not all work. We'll catch up and we'll see what's happening on a social front as well. But now I know from when I first started working with you, and I know what milestones you had. And I know that the milestones was eventually you'd be getting married and eventually you'd be getting a property.
Yep.
Or you're buying your house.
Yep.
And you've gotten that. Now from my perspective, I'm just sort of looking at now what the next milestones are going to be. Because that's where I want to push you and get you working towards is going to be your next milestones. It's not going to be a matter of saying, well, we have now a house and I'll just work for the next 20 years and pay it off and that's it.
Yep.
I want you to actually start doing something with the money that you're earning to make smart money and make your money work for you, as opposed to just sort of saying, well, my only ambition is to pay off my home.
Yep.
Cool.
So
I agree with you. And in there, can we throw a holiday in?
Depends on what figures are. But yes, of course you can.
I want a holiday first.
So will you come back in a couple of years and let us know where it is?
Oh yeah, Greece, Rome.
Boom.
That sounds good. Thanks guys, that's awesome.